This is the story of the wolf and the 7 little goats. Once upon a time, there was a goat who had 7 kids. They all lived very happily in a beautiful little house in the forest. One day, the mother goat had to go to the village to buy food for the family. However, before leaving, she said to her 7 little goats, "I have to go to the village to buy food. You will be alone until I return. So be careful with the wolf, as he is very bad and dangerous. Don't open the door for him. If he enters the house, he will devour you. Sometimes he disguises himself, but you can recognize him by his rough voice and his black feet." "We will be very careful, Mom. You can go calmly," promised the little goats. Then the mother goat set off towards the village. As soon as she left, someone knocked on the door of the house and shouted, "Open the door, my children. It's Mom. I brought you lots of delicious food." However, the little goats soon realized that it was not their mother who was at the door, but the wolf, as his voice was very different from that of the mother goat. "Go away. You are not our mother. She has a sweet and soft voice, unlike yours, which is harsh," replied the little goats. The wolf then went to a beehive and asked the bees for half a liter of honey. He swallowed it quickly to tone his voice and returned to the goat's house. He knocked on the door and said, "Open the door, my children. It's Mom. I brought you lots of delicious food." However, the wolf's feet appeared under the door and the little goats saw that his feet were black, and they cried out, "Go away. You are not our mother. She has white feet, unlike yours, which are black." The wolf then went to a bakery and asked the baker for some wheat flour. He rubbed wheat flour on his feet and returned to the goat's house. He knocked on the door and said, "Open the door, my children. It's Mom. I brought you lots of delicious food." The little goats looked at the feet under the door and saw that they were white. So they believed he was telling the truth and opened the door. When they saw it was the wolf, the poor little goats were terrified and ran to hide. The first under the bed, the second under the table, the third inside the oven, the fourth behind the curtain, the fifth inside the closet, the sixth inside the washing machine, and the seventh inside the grandfather clock. But it was useless to hide. The wolf soon discovered where they were and placed them one by one in his sack so he could devour them all at once. But, after so much running, the wolf became very tired and ended up falling asleep under a tree. A short time later, the mother goat returned home. Seeing the door open and the house in a mess, the goat, distressed, called the kids, one by one, by name. But none responded. So she quickly concluded that the wolf had passed by and taken the goats away. so she went out desperately looking for the wolf. A little further on, she found him sleeping under a tree. She noticed that there was a huge bag next to it and that something was moving inside it. "They are my little children," she thought. So she ran quickly, opened the bag and released the 7 little goats. So she said to them, "Quickly bring very large stones, so we can fill this bag while the wolf is still sleeping. That way you won't notice anything." The 7 little goats brought the stones and placed them inside the bag very carefully so as not to wake the wolf. The mother closed the bag and quickly returned home with her children. When the wolf woke up, he felt very thirsty and went to a well to drink water. He took the bag with him thinking that the kids were inside. When he reached the well, he lost his balance and fell into it. Nobody ever saw him again. From that day on, the little goats learned not to trust strangers and never open the door to any stranger again. Remember to like the video and subscribe to our channel to watch the next videos. Bye.